These are my boxes of unfinished stuff. I have a bunch of options here, which will be in contention. So let's look at Tzeentch. So I built this bad boy. How do I need to? Oh, okay, this bad boy. Okay, this is Hexmore, right? Because I wanted a Vexmore for my Tzeentch warband, and I'll tell you exactly why. So it's basically Vexmore. We're going to be running a. Is this a Pyrocaster? I think this is a Pyrocaster. This is not the hero one. The Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch. There we go. So it's like Vexmore, the Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch, and then like a bunch of horrors. It was like a bunch of horrors. And we are running. Is there more? There are more. Amazing. Amazing. More horrors. So half of these horrors are for splits, and the other half of these horrors are like actual horrors. Because we're going to split. And the whole point in this one is to use split mechanics, right? So we've got the. What is this? This is an iridescent horror. And what we're going to be doing with the iridescent horror, this is kind of in one part influenced by what Toast did. Toast was using the spite divine blessing to get the free reaction off. So the idea is we have the iridescent horror with the spite blessing. Its stats are okay. It's about 200 points if you pay for this. It's got a shooting attack. It does what the shooting attack does. But the idea is you put it onto an objective, you shoot, which is fine, or you move shoot, or do whatever it is that you're going to do with this thing. Someone attacks it, it goes, okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter if I've already gone or not. I'm going to split into two. It goes pop, turns into a pair of blues, and then the blues turn into iridescent horrors. So the idea is, on an objective game, you always have to go at least 2-1. 2v1 against it, because otherwise it is going to beat you. We are going to be running Hexmore. This is my I wanted to do this conversion for the longest time. This is the giant case where it makes for like a massive, like a really cool, super large horror. Gorgeous hands, gorgeous arms, maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, so we're going to be running a Vexmore, and I know, it's Vexmore. Why are you running Vexmore? All of this stuff. But like, without Vexmore, the warband really has no like immediate like punch, but Vexmore kind of solves all those problems, and it looks like Slimer. It totally does look like Slimer. Yeah. Vexmore solves all those problems. I know it's not great, but it just is what it is. But there are some Tzeentch models that we can take to kind of get around its downsides. If we look into Ephelim's Pandemonium, we can take Apatrax. Here's Apatrax. Apatrax has the pull. So we can use the pull things into Vexmore. Vexmore can attack them. That all works. We can bring one more member. I think it was Flame Spooler I was bringing. So we get to do teleports. We get to do pulls into Vexmore. There's a really strong shooting element there. We've got the iridescent horror to basically win objective games for me. We've got the exalted flamer to do flamer stuff for me. I think there's a lot to that warband. There's a lot of like little moving parts there, which I think could be really cool. If I remember, it's like an 8-man warband or something, so it's not overly large and it's not overly small. I think it's got enough guys. All the blues get to split, which is kind of fun. I really want to do something with that split mechanic because I think that is strong. Is it strong enough? Maybe, maybe not. So, what else do I got? So, in terms of other things I built, like other projects, there's always. So, I was working on Gluttony Slaanesh. I don't know how well this comes out. It's very grey. I was working on Gluttony Slaanesh. That was an idea. There was the monkey list, which I never finished. Not really much in this. Okay, so this one isn't anything. What other options are there? Okay, yeah, this box. This box is the option. So another option for me. What is it? What's in here? I've got Dark Oath in here, which isn't the option that I've been looking at. Oh yeah, here's more of the Gluttony Slaanesh that I was doing. Right, so I got this handsome boy. Look at him. I don't know what I'd use him for, but he's sitting on his giga chair. Handsome boy is for another day. I went through this whole thing where I was building stuff for out of Blood Bowl Amazons, right? And here they are, right? So I was building Amazons basically to play them as Hunters of Huanchi. Yeah. not bad. Give them spears. They kind of work. And the big centerpiece model, I was playing a Slan in that army. And the big centerpiece model was going to be a Slan. But of course, you can't just bring a Slan because Slans are boring by themselves. So I was building this beast of a model. Where is the actual model that goes with it? This is just a base because it has to be the right size. Here it is. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this goes click and it's huge. You've got like Serpent Priestess on top of Aztec ruins, and this was going to be the centerpiece model for the Aztecs. What are they called? I've lost it. Amazons. This was going to be the centerpiece model for the Amazons, and I really want to finish this project. Just saying, the problem is I have with this list is that it is not a soft list at all. It's basically like Aslan and Pock and what's his face, Haskell Hexbane, and like Huan Chi's Claws, and it is like the most tuned of tuned lists. But like the ideas that I had for this kind of wild. Oh, see, I got all the Amazons going on. I never. Ooh, not focusing. There we go. I never actually finished the Amazons. I finished building them. I just never finished them. So that's another idea. So it's between them, that, and the Amazons. Really, it depends how hard I want to play. If I want to win-win, I'll probably go for the Slan list. But it will look cool whilst I do it. I have ideas for a Dark Oak list as well. It will not include a Wilder Fiend because the Wilder Fiend, I believe, is a trap. If you're playing competitive Dark Oaks, I think it takes up too many points. And I think it means that you don't have enough fighters left to do the things that you want to do. You've got things like the Dark Oak War Queen that has a very good free move ability that you can bring if you focus on basic Marauders, right? And that's really where I'd go with that one. Oh yeah, what is this? I made this. I don't know what for. It's just cool. Big spear, big claw. That's another option. That's option number 2. Option number 3 is what I said that I was gonna bring. I was gonna bring it to Warhammer World. I can't remember why I didn't bring it to Warhammer World. I think. Oh no, I remember why I didn't bring it to Warhammer World. Tarantula Brood happened. So yeah, Tarantula Brood happened, which meant that I did not bring this warband. Right, there's a whole bunch of. What was I doing? Firegeist. So it's got nothing to do with this. Yeah, so it was basically the warband was like a Word of the Blade, and then it was running like Death's Best Hits. So I wanted to make it like really big and really like run all the best. I mean, when I say the best, run all the interesting zombies, right? So I've got the electric zombies, I've got Zondara, and her zombies, and then you run. Ah, and then there was enough space for like one model, right? So I was thinking about this dude. This dude has play Flesh Eater Quartz. This guy has the infected bone, where he can give the bone to people, and then basically what happens is that they have the choice whether to use their abilities or not, and they can either, it's like you roll a dice at the end of the turn, and either they die or they don't use their abilities, of the other 2 options. And I think as a control piece, New Flesh Eater Quartz have a lot of really interesting control pieces. They got this guy, they got the guy with the meat wig, who's also cool. I think he's a net, I can't remember specifically, but as a warband, I don't think Flesh Eater Quartz have been explored enough. I think there are things that Flesh Eater Quartz can do, especially with all of their control pieces. So I wanted to look at one of those control pieces and see how to build them. And that was kind of where this warband came in. So it's very big, uses all the special zombies. It has a lot of bonus activations thanks to Zondara. It has the ability to bring things back to life thanks to the Word on the Blade. It's got interesting abilities thanks to the electric zombies, which aren't that slow, by the way. It's got interesting control abilities thanks to the Flesh Eater Quartz stuff. And it's basically Death's greatest hits, all condensed into one warband. That was my idea. I didn't play it because I ended up playing Tarantula Brood. And I found that ultimately it's a good warband, right? And it is a good warband because like there are no wasted points in this warband, right? My problem was that I found that it basically drank double, and there was never enough doubles in the cave for me to do everything that I wanted at once, and that's probably like one of the big balancing factors for warband, right? It's so easy to make. It's like, oh, you buy the electric zombies and you buy Zandara's Gravebreakers, and that's basically most of it. That's the core of it. But yeah, that was always the problem that I had during playtesting was that I never had the ability to do everything that I wanted, and it always felt like there was something missing in terms of what I was doing, which is probably a balancing factor, to be honest, in the warband, because ultimately, like, you don't want it to be able to do everything that it can do, but it's totally a good warband. So that's it, right? Those are my options. I think out of those options, what I'm most likely to bring is the Tzeentch warband, because not that many people bring Demons of Tzeentch. So I think that's totally doable. But yeah, we'll see. I've got just under a month to do it. Maybe we'll bring the we'll probably bring the demons, because I think people haven't seen what splitting demons can do yet. There was a couple of people messing around with it like really early on in Warcry, but I'm gonna try and push it. Who knows? I might just take blues and give them all spite, and then just watch them multiply into Brimstone Horrors, or like win every objective game for me. That could be a thing. Who knows? But that's it. That's really what the idea is.